On November 8, 2016, it became clear that despite the predictions of numerous polls and the mainstream media, businessman Donald J. Trump would be the next president-elect of the United States. I sat down with teachers and students to get their thoughts on the outcome of the 2016 presidential election.
It was a shock, I think, when you look at what all the projections were, and we have a result that kind of defied typical logic, or what we would expect from a campaign and election. I think it was, most every party was shocked at what the outcome would be.
I was surprised. I went to bed before the results were done and woke up in the middle of the night and decided to check my phone and saw that Trump had won, and I knew he had a lead when I'd gone to bed, but I was surprised that he was able to hold it through the night.
I think this gives America another reason to be divided, and just seeing this breaks my heart, knowing that our future is not going to be good.
So what exactly led to Donald Trump's unexpected victory? Now it's important to understand that Hillary Clinton actually won the popular vote, which means that more American citizens actually voted for her than Donald Trump. However, Donald Trump won the Electoral College, which is a system put in place to make sure that smaller states have more of a say in the election of a president. And although Donald Trump didn't get the African American vote or the Latino vote, he still pulled through well enough with white men and women to win the election. However, many people just didn't vote in this election. Voter turnout actually fell 58% from last election.
This is going to take weeks to figure out, but pretty much these two states right here, I would say these are mostly your voters that were at one time blue-collar workers that worked in factories, and over time with trade deals that their jobs got shipped away to foreign countries, and probably that had some things to do with it. I mean, Michigan, same group of people, but pretty closer percentage, too close to call there. New Hampshire, they're the live free or die people. They've got that independent streak about them, so I'd be surprised if she got that. Arizona, I mean, that's even crazier. That was kind of a toss-up state. They thought Hillary would get it with the big Hispanic population, but that's still a coin flip. Minnesota is kind of the same lines as New Hampshire. They're very independently minded, tend to go Democrat a lot, but more or less what you've just seen is, I would say, 8 years of frustration.
With Donald Trump's talk of building a wall and deporting thousands of undocumented immigrants, how much of what he says can we actually expect to happen?
Well, hopefully the campaign that, President-elect Trump ran on, the bills that get passed aren't as extreme as some of the views that he put forth in the media, and hopefully the changes we see are more focused domestically in terms of the economy. So I'm really hopeful that some of the rhetoric that he put out there won't actually come to fruition.
In terms of like his economic policies, probably a lot of it, because most of it isn't that bad. But what people mostly listen to, which is like building a wall and stuff, a lot of that stuff he says is pretty unconstitutional, and that's probably not going to get passed because hopefully, in theory, the Supreme Court is smart enough not to let that pass.
It was not the outcome I personally was looking for. But just to kind of, I guess, talk about a couple things. It's important, every few years, every 4 years, 8 years, we elect a new president, and it's not always who we want. And I think it's important when we disagree with those in power that we remain close to our ideals and continue to express ourselves and continue to stand up for what we think is right.
It's hard to say sit and wait, but I, again, really hope that a lot of it was rhetoric, that a lot of it was to get him into position that he wanted, that power position, and that there are enough people with enough good sense in the other levels of government to keep that all in balance, and that we have to have faith in the system.
So I don't know that it's for me to say whether it's good or bad. It's what's happening, and that is why our government works, and that is why our government is such a fantastic thing. Is the voters spoke, whether you like it or not, they did, and we have to respect those people's opinion, because the majority of the Electoral College won. So it's a good thing. The division is a good thing. Our democracy is based upon healthy debate of the issues, and disagreements are not a bad thing. They are a good thing. And if the political parties need to change, they need to change.
This election goes to show why it's so important for young people like us to vote and get involved in politics. This is Alden, signing out.